Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography Podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. The world needs to hear your message and your story, so don't deny the world of that gift within you that the universe has given you. Someone out there needs to hear your story because it will support them in feeling hope, inspired, and even transformed. Do you want to discover how I help get my clients out of their own way, show up, and confidently share their message? I would love to extend an invitation to you to join me in my free masterclass, Start Your Own Podcast from Idea to Implementation, on Wednesday, April 5th at 1 p.m. Eastern. You can find the registry link in the show notes. Hope to see you there. Hello there, Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest is Tracey Lee. She is a women's empowerment and mindset coach. Welcome, Tracey. Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm fabulous, Brad. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Excellent. And I am honored and very happy to have you here today, and looking forward to jumping in and sharing more about you, your story, your journey, and all the beautiful work you're putting out into the world.
Yeah, me too. I just love when women stand up and use their voice for the greater good. So that's what I'm here to do today.
Excellent. So let's jump right in. So Tracey, as I mentioned, you are a women's empowerment and mindset coach. Of course, you're a women's empowerment advocate as well. How long have you been a coach, a women's empowerment and mindset coach?
You know, it's so funny you asked that question, Brad, because when I really reflect back, and I think doing this work has really put me into that reflection phase for many years, I've been coaching women since my 20s, which is amazing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been doing that for my nieces. Like, you just realize, like, this has been my calling for a long time. And I've been in a training ground up to this point. So officially, I've had my coaching business now for just over a year. But prior to that, I was women and mentoring women for over 19 years as a fitness coach and mentor. So
wow.
It's pretty special. Yeah.
And so can you share a little bit more about what you were doing for a living before making the jump into entrepreneurship?
Yeah, well, so before entrepreneurship, I was in the corporate world for over 20 years in sales, big companies, really, really fitting into their box. And then I stepped out of that and started my own wellness business in 2019, a global wellness business where I was, educating and growing a team. And that was a really transformative several years for me because, when you step into being an entrepreneur, you gotta figure things out on your own and stand on your own 2 feet. So that was all really part of the journey to me stepping into what I'm doing today. Yeah.
Beautiful. Kind of a beautiful segue into it.
It really was. Yeah. Really, really grateful. Absolutely.
Now, I've heard a lot of people say that most, if not all, coaches have been through their own personal struggles and journeys before making the leap into coaching. It's just part of the journey as coaches. Can you share a little bit about your own personal journey, struggles you were on before making the leap into becoming officially a coach?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, I was always someone that thought I had to do things on my own just because of my past and being a survivor. So I took that approach into becoming an entrepreneur. And what I realized after a couple of years of just really struggling to figure out like who I was in this whole world and what really lit me up, I was feeling very lost. I knew I wanted something more, but I didn't know how to get there. I didn't have direction. And I was spinning my wheels. I was working really hard on all the skill sets, right? Like how to be really great online and, how to create a website and all these things that we think we really need to know. But there was a very big element missing. And I was still feeling like, who am I?
Yeah.
Like, what is my true voice? And so that was a very frustrating time. And I really was close to giving up, but I didn't. I didn't.
Persistence and resilience.
Persistence, baby, and a lot of will, for sure.
Now, how have these experiences helped shape the Tracey you are today, both personally and professionally, do you think?
Such a good question. A lot more patient with myself.
Which is important.
Really, really important. And because I need the space
to
be creative and do the things I'm meant to do. Very present. So this is a practice, right? But really practicing on being present. Really grateful for the training ground I've been given, looking at everything as just, it's been a blessing. And I know that might sound cliche, but I really truly have shifted my attitude towards everything from my past to my present. Very open to receiving support because I used to think I didn't need help. And now I'm like arms open wide, come bring it on from the right people. I really focus on what's important now. I really let a lot of things go in my environment. I had to shift my environment. I believe in myself on such a deep, deep level. I'm a trailblazer. I'm really willing to step into the ring and create a space where people can feel like they can come into. So.
I love that you said open to accepting support, because I think that a lot of us have a problem accepting support. We think we're supposed to be able to do it all ourselves. And I think that's something especially women struggle with and deal with, because they've been conditioned to think that they can do everything and they're supposed to do everything and they're supposed to be able to handle all of these things. And it's not the case. I don't think that we are meant as human beings to do everything. Community is such an important part of life, of entrepreneurship, and we aren't meant to do this thing called life alone. We're meant to do this with support and surround ourselves with like-minded people. And asking for help is not a sign of weakness. I think it's a sign of strength.
Oh, absolutely. It's a sign of strength. And to be honest, too, when you think you can do things alone, you're restricting yourself from growth.
Exactly.
When you lock arms with other people that you can learn from, and it helps you level up your self-worth, because you have no idea how special you are. We're all so special. And what we have to share in one conversation can impact another's life.
100%.
So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I'm all about #BetterTogether. That's my motto.
For sure. Yeah. What then was the biggest or most valuable takeaway or lesson for you through those experiences?
Honestly, it is very simple. Nobody is coming to save you. I had
you got to be your own superhero.
Yes, I had to tighten my ponytail. I had to put my big girl pants on. And I really needed to be 100% accountable for every single choice I had made up to that point in my life, because that's what was creating my reality. And the good news in that is that I have everything in me to change that. So that's been a massive life lesson for me. Really, really incredible.
Love it. Mm-hmm. Now, why have you decided to focus your coaching business specifically on women's empowerment and mindset?
I mean, a big part was really my journey, but I feel most connected to women for sure. And, really understanding too, as a fitness coach for 19 years, what I saw in women, how there would be this spark, and then depending on their environment, and most of us don't have an environment that allows us to really fully express and expand ourselves. I realized that women really need this. I think we are change makers in this world, and we all have such special gifts, and we all need to start really celebrating each other. So, my vision is huge, and it's been my calling, like I said, since I was in my 20s when I think about it. So yeah,
Love
just
it.
A natural thing for
progression.
Me to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, being a mindset coach, can you speak to how important a part mindset played in helping you through your struggles, and just how important mindset is to our daily routines and our success?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So mindset is everything. It's really the only thing we have some control over. We can't control our mind completely, but it is the only thing that we have some control over. And, really preparing your place. And I say preparing your place from the space of your mindset every morning is really important, because we want to have self-discipline and self-control over our emotions and many other areas of our mind. And we must set that in place first thing in the morning, and creating that neutral mind. So, we're not overexcited and over sad, right? There's always that neutral ground. And really, it's helped me expand my awareness of what triggers me. And so I can manage those scenarios. And, the experiences now, like I don't feel a lot of the things I used to feel on a regular daily basis. And it allows me to really be very, very focused on what it is that's important to me, and to fully feel confident in expressing myself. So that's been huge.
Beautiful. And so what would be one tip or takeaway that you can provide that listeners can implement immediately to start reconditioning their mind for the success that they want?
So it's two things actually in combination. One is you got to start asking yourself powerful questions, and just think about that for a minute. We ask questions about things we want to learn more about, right? But we never ask questions about ourselves. We should want to learn more about ourselves on a daily basis. So start asking yourself powerful questions and use your imagination. As little kids, we were creative. We lived in our imagination. that is where we are truly going to literally directly connect to our true self and what it is that we're meant to do and how we're meant to feel and how we're meant to express ourselves. They're very undervalued and underused. And the better you know yourself, the better life gets to be.
We lose that childlike creativity and
Yeah.
all of those things as we get into our adult years. And I think it's sad because I think that plays into a whole conditioning thing where we get told as we're growing up and as we get out of our child years that, oh, stop acting like a child or grow up or, what's wrong with acting like a child every once in a while? I think we need to get back to that. That keeps us youthful. That keeps us young. That keeps our minds active. That keeps creativity flowing, all of those things.
Life is a playground.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Go and play, right?
100%.
And you'll just be amazed at when you're at that high vibration, what happens around you. It's a beautiful thing. It's really
exactly
really beautiful.
Yeah. Now, what is it that sets you and your work that you do apart from other coaches? Why would they choose to work with you over someone else?
Well, first of all, anyone in the coaching space is a giver and they want to make a difference. So I literally lock arms with every coach, truly, truly. For me, I really carry a lot of what I did in my 19 years of coaching women in the fitness space. I don't sugarcoat any pill. I'm not going to be the person that tells you everything you want to hear. And so that is a really important piece. And that comes from a place of direct, loving, and honest. That is my approach. And I do this in a way that's very boutique style because I don't think there's one linear way we can coach. Everybody's different. And the way I present and deliver my coaching program comes from three very important angles. I call it my trifecta of coaching. And It involves, 3 different really key areas that are about building community, coming together as a collective of women, celebrating each other, and really being able to have that space, that quiet space to really feel safe and express yourself. And then really tie it all in together and have that ongoing support every single day. So, yeah.
Love it. Now, what, in your opinion, then, is the most important quality or skill set in a coach?
It's never about you.
I like that.
Yeah, always. It's never about you. Yeah, 100%. That's the simplest way I can put it.
And what would you say is your greatest strength as a coach?
My intuition. Very intuitive. I've even had people on a Zoom call coaching them. They're like, "Are you frozen?" No, I'm just really listening to what you're saying. I prepare my place in the morning and I'm there for women the way they need me to be. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what would you say then is it that lights you up or inspires you the most about the work that you do?
It's really about seeing women that, they feel lost. They've really wanted to adhere to all these labels, roles, expectations of others, and they feel lost. And to see them start to discover themselves, to start to give themselves permission to be themselves, to even give themselves permission to use their voice, to dream. And then when they recognize, I am unique and I am really special and I am great at all the things I do, but I'm also not defined by all the roles and labels that I wear. And it's just absolutely beautiful. And when they find clarity, it is directly related to their confidence. It is like, holy crap. I say clarity and confidence is the new sexy, baby. So seeing women experience that, it is like, hallelujah freaking Luya. I love it.
Witnessing transformation unfold right before your eyes.
It's literally the most incredible, rewarding thing in the world. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a thing of beauty for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to know, Tracey, with you being a women's empowerment coach and advocate, what are your thoughts on the landscape of entrepreneurship and women-run businesses in terms of how it's evolved and how it's continuing to shift and evolve since you started your journey into not official coaching, but since you started back with your fitness coaching up until now?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. In all areas, like, in media and just women speaking up, I think women were really coming together as a collective. I think we're tapping into our creativity more. We're really like, wow, what am I good at? What could I do with this experience I've had up to this point? We're not afraid to showcase, our uniqueness. And we're realizing that we are better together. We're bringing our energies together. We're talking more. We're learning more from each other. We're listening more. And I really believe there's a movement happening with women. We want to share. We actually want to be in places where we're attracting more like-minded people. We don't want to stay quiet anymore. And I think we're really focused on collaboration and celebrating each other. It's so, so beautiful. We're not so focused on competition anymore. And we realize too, we actually are connected. We're all connected. We're all going through the same stuff. We have the same fears, but we just have our own unique stories to them. And we're not alone. We really aren't alone. So I think it's really beautiful what's happening.
Do you still see that competition piece, though, between women? Because I know that when I was in corporate, I saw a lot of that. And understandably, I get why. So do you still see that competition piece among women?
It is still there, but I think there are leaders rising above to help people understand they don't need to be competitive to be successful. And I do see a shift, but there's a lot of work to do. But it all comes down to yourself. Like, that's the thing, really, really being able to detach yourself from the imposter syndrome, or I've got to be like her to be really good, or even recognizing what's important. What does success mean to you, right? So I think there's a lot of work to do, and there always will be, but I do see a shift happening. And it's amazing.
And are you also seeing a shift in terms of more women making the jump into entrepreneurship? And if so, why do you think that is?
Yeah, well, I think we're waking up. I think some of us have had our backs against the wall, right? In ways we're just like literally, we're drawing the line in the sand. We're saying no more. And I think we're starting to really feel inspired by the trailblazers that are stepping up. Even though they're terrified, they're still stepping in, and the women are getting inspired. There's more resources now, right? I mean, it's endless resources available to us to start tapping into how can we start expressing and expanding within ourselves. We're becoming more aware, realizing that more is possible. We are meant for more. And I think we're starting to feel a little bit safer because we're seeing these women do it too. And we're starting to ask for what we want. We're starting to allow ourselves to say, I don't want to accept this anymore. I want to accept something different. And we're asking for that. So I think
using your voices more, for sure.
Oh, massive. Absolutely. And we don't want to fit into the box.
Yeah.
The box of other people's expectations of us. We're just done with that. We're done. Yeah.
And so what advice do you have then for women looking to grow either in their own businesses, or, entrepreneurship isn't for everybody, or maybe they're looking to grow within the company they work for?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's really important that you said that too, Brad, because, everyone there's a lot of push, be an entrepreneur. Thank God there's people that don't want that because what would we do? Right. So
yeah.
Seriously. So, hands off to everybody. I think the biggest thing is, though, with wherever you're at right now, you want to get really clear on where you are at. So where are you at within your ecosystem of what's going on around your life right now? And get really clear on who you are and what you want within that. Is that what you want? Does that light you up? How can you stretch yourself? Stretching yourself is very important. You always want to be stretching, and don't ever settle, right? And be around people that are going to help you create that next step, that next breakthrough, that next goal that is stretching you, because that is when you really, really start to get even more clarity on what it is that you want in your life. So that would be my best advice. That
speaks to that community piece, that support system piece. We all need that.
It's critical. We can't do it by ourselves. I try.
No, we can't. So what do you think the most significant barrier to female leadership is?
So honestly, for me, it's three things. It's authenticity, vulnerability, and inclusivity. We got to get better at that.
Yeah.
We really do, because, there's still the underlying fears of really revealing, what it is, who we are. And a lot of that comes from clarity, right? Because the more clarity we have, the more confident we have, and we're willing to really showcase our true self. We're willing to be vulnerable. And you know what? We want to be inclusive. We want to bring people in. We want to lock arms with lots of people. I always believe each woman is an energy system. And the more we can grow that energy system, we can really make an impact, share and learn and grow as we go.
For sure. Now, being a women's empowerment advocate, what do you do to empower yourself?
Lots of things. Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, very, very strict morning routine. It's a non-negotiable. I pray, meditate, I study myself. I study articles. I study different things every single morning. I really am very, very strict on writing out my goals. Very, very laser focused. I'm using auto-suggestion, and I use visualization every single morning. And I spend 8 hours or more a week in mentorship, masterminds, and study.
I love it. Yeah, self-development is a hugely important piece.
My life's changed very quickly because of the work that I do. Very quickly.
I think that's very important to mention, the whole self-work thing and self-improvement and self-development. It's such a key piece, not only to entrepreneurship, but to life, to existence.
Yeah, my marriage is better beyond. My relationships with my kids is better. My days are full of the right things. Not just checking the boxes anymore.
Speaking of empowerment, what does that word mean to you?
I thought about this because, I need to think about this as a women empowerment coach. And, this is what I love about reflection. So this is how I would summarize that. What does it mean to me? It means finding your voice. It means loving yourself. And it means living your truth on a very deep level. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
What would you say is one of the most important things you've learned in your life? And what was your life like before learning it? And what was your life like after you learned it?
Well, I'm the cause. Everything that goes on in my life is an effect. I am the cause. I am the distribution center of everything in my life. And I realized if I don't like something, then I need to look back at me first. It's kind of like if you're a manager in your business, right? And maybe you're a sales manager, you manage a team. And if the team's not doing well, you're the person that really is in that role that can make an impact on that. You're not the defining, but I look at my life that way. So everything around me, I am the center, and it's up to me really realizing everything came to me, starts with me. So I needed to start doing more work on the cause, not the effect. And so that was a big thing. Yeah. And so before I was always working on all the stuff outside of me, right? Like trying to change things that would suit me, right? Let's change that. And I realized that's not how it works. Like when I start working on myself, then all the things around me start to be in alignment with who I am. So it's actually not as hard work as you think to be successful, but you got to work on you first. And that's changed my whole way of waking up now. I used to wake up with worry and fear and uncertainty and doubt in myself. And now I just wake up going, oh my gosh, does life actually really get to be like this? And I'm going to say this, I didn't believe that. Even 7 months ago, I didn't realize how powerful the work that I do and have been doing is on my life. It's like life is really freaking good. And everyone deserves that.
Absolutely. And that's a beautiful thing. When you are in that zone and in your zone of genius and doing what you love, there's nothing like it.
No, there really isn't. And the thing is, it doesn't stop there.
No.
It just keeps going.
Absolutely.
Growing. Yeah, it's really amazing. I'm very, very, very grateful. But I figured out what to work on first, and that was me. Self is the foundation for everything. Everything starts from within and just emanates outward to everything else. But it all starts within. Yeah. And then you have literally the compound effect of that is everything starts to line up. It's kind of like watching a movie some days. Yeah, it's powerful. It's really powerful. It's amazing. Now, what do you think your unique skill set or superpower is that's helped you become successful? My voice and my will. Yeah, my voice and my will, definitely. I know, again, back to coaching, my voice is what commanded a room. I know that I am someone who's always been an educator in some way, teaching, guiding, supporting. And my will, I have a very strong will, or just because I needed to go within and to reconnect with myself. But yeah, those two things will keep me doing the things that, scare 95% of people. I won't stop. And speaking of success, what does that word mean to you? How do you define success? Yeah, letting go of the need to control anything outside of myself and really trusting and believing in myself. Because I know the combination of those two things will just continue to guide me in the direction I meant to go. And yeah. You've recently been working on growing your own mentorship programs. Can you speak to us a little bit about those and what inspired the focus on mentorship programs for you? Yeah, truly, I would love to. So my mentorship programs are Become Unstuck and Unstoppable. And it was really birthed from my transformation. I think that happens with a lot of people when they step into really doing something very different and unique with their lives. It comes from them growing and learning in their own life. And mine was birthed from that. And what I went through and what I climbed out of, I was in a very, very dark space, wanting to just completely give up. And my growth journey and seeing where I started to step into, and then how I was just so committed to this new journey and the results I was getting in my life, I thought, well, if this is happening to me, it's got to happen to other women too. It really does. And so in the whole reflecting back on how I really maneuvered and worked through and navigated, and then what I knew it was going to take to sustain this moving forward, I started to create this program. And I really worked with some incredible mentors. And this is really where it came from. And it encompasses all aspects that I really was required for me to experience, going from being in a really sticky and stuck position to no longer accepting things in my life that I used to accept was okay. And I really want to help women move through and find clarity in who they are, what they want, and to give them unstoppable purpose, because they have it in them. Yeah.
Everybody does. We all have that within us. We all have the tools within us. It's just some of us need a little bit more support or guidance in terms of how to find and use those tools that we have.
And then navigating the new space, because the reality is you've got to create that new space around you to continue to support that. And it's really important. It's a lifelong journey, and I want to create lifelong change for women. Yeah.
Love it. Mm-hmm. Now, you've also created some signature workshop series. Can you share a little bit about those?
Yeah, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Running one this Saturday, actually. So I have two signature series. One is the new you. It's your self-image to success. So self-image is massive, really, really powerful work. I take them on a journey of clarity, connection, and creation. And what we do is we really bring clarity to who it is, who they are. Like this isn't just like, who am I? This is like deep work. We go into understanding the direction that maybe they haven't been paying attention to and ignoring, and where they really want to go. And then really identifying what are some of the big roadblocks that have been in my way. And it's typically always you, right? It's always,
oh yeah, of course.
But really getting clear, wanting to hit some of the big ones so they know, okay, like this is where I need to start focusing some energy and work on. Connecting to a meaningful goal, because most of us are goal setters. We're not goal achievers. And most of us actually don't really have a clear defined goal. I know that with most women I talk to, they don't really know what it is they want. So we want to create that vision, purpose, and purpose is really a big conversation. I talk about how we think purpose is this big thing we're supposed to do, but it's truly a feeling. So we go in to do this. We ask powerful questions. We have powerful discussions. We create a new self-image of the woman that's living the life, living the vision, living the dream and goals that you want to achieve. And you get to step into her every day. It's very, very powerful work. And there's always accountability and support after the workshop, which is really key. And then the other workshop I have is the Wheel of Life, your roadmap to success. And the Wheel of Life is a tool that coaches have been using for a long time, but I take it to the next level because everything for me, I want to go like deep, layers deep, 7, 8, 9 layers deep. So it's imprinted. We've been imprinted with so much, Brad. We want to start imprinting the stuff that we really desire. So women wear labels, roles, all these expectations of others, and we get lost. And we want to rise above those. You want to hit the pause button, give ourselves permission to be present. And we do this in our workshop, really, really seeing I'm the friggin' pulse of my life. Like I am right in the center. I'm the CEO of my life.
That's it.
Just like a business, you know, when things aren't working in our business, we need to define what is off balance. What direction do we want to go in? Where do we want to grow? What needs attention? Where do we need support? So we create a plan in this workshop. We get connected on an emotional level to all of these things. We create a very strong desire for change. And we are really empowered to take the action because no decisions, no action, no change. And we call in the support and we take our life to the next level. This is the beginning. Yeah.
Love it. Sounds incredibly powerful.
Thank you. Yeah, it is.
That accountability piece is very important too, having that in place.
Yeah. 30-day accountability plan after both my workshops with me. So it's really, really special. Yeah. I don't leave them hanging. And I don't let anybody off the hook either.
Tracey, if you could step into my shoes, what would you have asked yourself that I didn't ask you?
What's my big vision moving forward? Yeah, I would.
Okay. What is your big vision?
So my big vision is to inspire women and girls globally to find love and live their truth. And it's really creating a foundation where women and girls are even coming together as a collective. I want to create camps. I want to create retreats where women and girls get to come and really bringing girls into a space of leadership as well, expanding and exploring their uniqueness as their true power and learning from each other, really creating that collaborative community sense from a very young age. And then, bringing in women to, continue their journey as well. So I really have this huge, huge vision where we are all just celebrating being a woman, being a girl. And it's just a beautiful thing. So that's something I'm really excited, and creating Tracey Lee Living, which is living a conscious lifestyle where all the pieces of your life puzzle work in harmony together.
Love it. Okay, we're going to jump into a little rapid fire section here. So the next grouping of questions just be 1, 2, 3 word answer type thing. Okay?
Yeah, cool.
How would you describe yourself in one word?
Warrior.
If you were writing your autobiography, what would the title be?
Who is she?
If you came with a warning label, what would yours say?
I won't tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear.
If you could teach the world one thing, what would it be?
Work on yourself.
Who is the one person that you admire the most, alive or dead?
Wayne Dyer.
If you could be remembered for one thing, what would that be?
Inspiring women to get really fired up about their life again.
And that concludes our rapid fire section. Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
Awesome.
What challenge in your life would you say has shaped you the most?
Hitting rock bottom financially. Was back against the wall.
What is one lesson that your career has taught you that you think everyone should learn at some point in their life?
You can never outperform your current identity.
Interesting. I like that. Mm-hmm. If you had the opportunity to sit down and have a 1-hour conversation with one woman, any woman in the world, who would it be and why?
Oh, Mel Robbins, baby, because she is a straight shooter. I love her. Love her. And I will. That is my vision. I will be having a conversation with her.
Beautiful. I love that. Tracey, if you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
Life comes in seasons, Brad. And what's happening right now is temporary. It's temporary. It's going to stop. It's going to change. And it's here to teach you valuable life lessons. That's what it's there for. It's going to help you grow and become a better version of who you are.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. And lastly, Tracey, if you were to deliver your last 30-second speech to the world, at your corner of the world, your tribe, your people, what would that last 30 seconds sound like? What words of wisdom would you impart?
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's hear it. Lay it on me.
We are not here to live a hard life. We are meant to live a great life, and only you can decide what that is. The person who cares the most about your life is you, nobody else. So stop letting others decide what your life should be like. You are born an incredible being and you will die one. Make the time in between incredible simply because you can. Get around people that believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Find your truth, love yourself, and live your life.
Love that. That is an incredibly beautiful way to end the interview. Tracey, thank you so much for being here today. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure to have the opportunity to sit down and speak with you and learn a little bit more about the work that you're doing and keep shining your bright, beautiful light out into the world and helping to provide a space for women to grow and find their voices and share that with the world. I think it's such important work. So thank you for the work you're doing, and thank you for being here with me today. I appreciate you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the work that you're doing. You're an incredible soul. So thank you for this opportunity. Yeah.
My pleasure. Once again, my name is Brad Walsh, host of your Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest has been Tracey Lee. She is a women's empowerment and mindset coach. Thanks so much, Tracey. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at viseuphoria.ca and follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast and on Facebook at Empowerography. Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.